MePlusCake. Sierra, Cake, and I had a little time off, and now we're back.
Hello.
You know, that's the best part about doing your own internet radio show. You can take time off when you need it and
do whatever the hell you want.
And when your name is on the marquee, you do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't just mean marquee. I mean, it's my radio station, so who's...
Your radio station.
Well, it doesn't say Cake One.
Why am I even here?
Because it's MePlusCake.
I know, but you just said I wasn't important, basically.
I never would ever insinuate that in any way. All I'm saying is, I'm on the station 24/7 is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do a shift, go ahead. You have any volunteer requests?
I don't know about that.
Right. You could do middays.
I could.
Afternoon evenings. Yeah, just you think about it.
I will.
Put some thought into it and see what you come up with.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to MePlusCake on Marconi One, Radio for the People. You can always tweet us, Facebook us, all those things. It's just MePlusCake. And you'll probably be sorry that you did. I mean, happy that you did.
Yeah, very happy.
Find MePlusCake on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and more. Click the cake button on Marconi1.com. Radio for the people.
We are two people that do this for you, and what's the charge? Bless you.
Sometimes you have to deal with that.
Yeah, we don't have in radio studios, they have what's called a cough button. And then if you're coughing or sneezing or you can just push that button down. We have that here, but you would have to run over to the board over here on this part of the room where I am.
You have one?
Yeah.
Really? Where is it?
Then I have to stand up, and then I'm away from my microphone. And then...
But nobody would mind.
Anyway, well, I'm sure Sierra Cake wouldn't care, but we have an announcement to make.
Yes, we do.
And I'm pretty excited about it. Well, I don't know if I'm excited. I have mixed feelings about it.
Yep. I'm
excited. I am nervous. I have some anxiety.
Me too.
But I think it's going to be awesome. That's vague enough, right?
Yep.
So why don't we tell everybody on Thursday's show?
Okay.
We'll tell you on Thursday the big announcement with me and Sierra. I'm pregnant. That's the no.
Nobody is pregnant, that's for sure.
If you were pregnant, would you throw yourself down a flight of stairs?
Yes.
With my demon? Never. This is a family program.
Yes, it is.
We shouldn't talk about throwing down.
Nobody is pregnant, don't worry.
Nobody's throwing themselves down a flight of stairs.
I feel like everybody's announcing their pregnancies, and this announcement is just to say that I'm not pregnant.
We're going to put that on Facebook. Sierra is not, in fact, pregnant. Thank you very much. She does have sparkly Uggs, though.
No, I don't.
Anyway, so the announcement will be Thursday right here on Marconi One. Listen to MePlusCake and tell all your friends.
Marconi Baloney, Sierra Cake. MePlusCake, Marconi One. Radio for the people.
So there's a study that's been done that media, especially social media, is everywhere now.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, most of my social media time, like when I tweet, when I'm in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Do you tweet from the toilet? Toilet tweets?
I don't.
Be honest.
I don't. I swear.
What do you take your phone in there, right?
Yeah, I just browse through my stuff, but I don't.
What are you looking at your hot look websites?
Or shopping.
Instagram is another one. That's usually where I do.
Shop from anywhere.
I do most of my Instagramming.
Ew.
No, I don't post pictures.
Yeah, you're
No. I look at the people I follow's Instagrams while I'm in there.
While you're in there, and you're
yeah. And I'll be honest, I'll put on. I listen to music or Howard Stern on Sirius.
Boy, you get really into it, huh?
And then I put on the Instagram.
Well,
I'll look at Twitter, and I don't really. I come up with some tweets, but then I think about them. I'm like, nah, it's not funny. I won't post that.
Because you're on the toilet.
Yeah, but I'm trying to craft in there. I'm trying to think about my next move. What's happening? You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes I'm almost annoyed when I'm in there. I just want to get back to doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, me too.
So, but seriously, do you think most of interneting is done on the toilet nowadays? What percentage of your day would be in the
Not
bathroom.
really. Like, I don't go to the bathroom that
You
much.
eat like 5 little nuggets of
I could
food.
really go for some cereal right now, actually.
Yes, that's what this is all about.
Side note. I have the attention span of a flea.
Well, that's great. So this study that was done basically says that 84% of people use their smartphone or tablet.
Ew.
I think taking a tablet into the toilet, and
Fecal matter.
yeah, I mean, it's bad enough, because your phone is disgusting.
Yeah, it really is.
But I don't care. I don't. Nobody else grabs my phone. It's just me.
Yeah, but you touch everything, and then you touch your phone.
Yeah, well, people need to get better immune systems anyway.
Yeah, we do.
That's right. Well, so there. So just know that maybe people are listening to us while they're in the bathroom right now.
That is the perfect place to listen.
Touch us on the toilet. What?
Marconi Bologna plus Sierra Cake. MePlusCake. Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
There is a article here about kids and caffeine.
Oh, God.
Well, I think kids mostly drink soda
Uh-huh.
to get their caffeine, right?
I would say so, yes.
But you ever, when you were little, did anybody ever tell you can't drink coffee because it'll stunt your growth?
Yeah.
That stuff? I don't even know if any of that's true.
No, I think it was just like...
They didn't want you... They didn't want you to drink it.
A
So
hyperactive, little psycho.
but then kids drink soda like crazy.
Some do.
And there's just as much caffeine in that. Some parents are more savvy. And
I drank quite a bit of pop.
Yeah.
My mom bought pop, but my dad never did, so...
But I remember because I would go visit my Aunt Linda. Mm-hmm. And she lived in the country. And they had their own chickens.
Chickens?
And they did their own stuff. I mean, it was a farm. It was cool. But I was and I lived in a small town. I wasn't like a big city boy. This is when I lived in Iowa.
Right.
And I would come in from the city, as they called it. They literally called me a city slicker. And I was like, it's not a city. It's it's
Slicker.
a small town. But compared to where they lived in the country. So it was kind of like this thing, and I would go there for a couple of weeks during the summer and stay with my Aunt Linda, and she was really cool. And she let me drink coffee.
That's so weird.
But I remember loading it with sugar.
Yeah, I drank tea.
But I remember loving coffee. And I would have 2 or 3 cups, and I'd be going, as a little kid.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, I learned it. Do your little brothers drink soda or coffee or anything like that?
No, I don't think they even like fizzy drinks.
What about your sister?
She'll drink a Frappuccino from Starbucks, I think. No. Yeah.
But do you think Starbucks, too, is kind of upped the ante on people liking coffee drinks? Because most Starbucks drinks are like candy.
Yeah.
You're not drinking when I was a kid.
You can get black coffee from
But when I was a kid, I know, but when I was a kid, that's what you had. That was your choice. If you drank coffee, you had cream and sugar, and that was the 2 choices. There was no Frappuccino or half calf, decaf, that kind of stuff, and hazelnut, whatever, pumpkin spice. There was none of that. And you would just, my grandma had a can of Folgers.
Yep.
And that's what you made coffee out of.
That's all you get.
And it was already ground up for you.
Ooh.
So, I don't know, but now it's so weird. But I could drink I drink a small pot of coffee in the morning, and then I have a coffee drink in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't know if I can drink coffee right now, so I have been limiting myself.
You've been weaning yourself off of the caffeinated beverages?
Yeah, but it's miserable.
Well, there you go.
I drink Coke still, though.
Well, there's your update right there.
That's nuts, because it's important.
They met on the internet, and now they're on Marconi 1. It's MePlusCake. Radio for the people.
Wait, you say it. I like when you do it. I think it's cute.
Do what?
The intro.
Hey, everybody. It's Marconi 1. It's MePlusCake here on Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
Then what?
There's this new story.
Good thing you're cute.
Oh.
Okay, so there's a Lego movie out.
Yes, I've heard. I don't know where this movie came from, but I've seen so many people tweeting about it.
And this is the weird thing is they had Will Arnett cast as Batman in the movie.
Okay.
But the movie Batman gets Ben Affleck. They can get it right in the Lego movie.
Yes.
But we get Ben Affleck in the real Batman movie?
That's weird.
Really?
Yeah. What if he does really good, though?
He won't.
No, he won't.
Come on.
He dated J-Lo.
He dated J-Lo. Well, he's with Jennifer Garner.
Uh-huh.
Is that the best part about him? That he's dating like a kind of a cool actress?
I don't know.
I have no idea. But anyway, that's not really what we're trying. But Hollywood is trying to make as many. I guess there's like a Pez movie coming out.
A Pez movie?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I thought Toy Story was cool because it had all the little brands that you like, toys that people grew up with and stuff. But you know what's crazy? The first Toy Story movie, they had 0 toys. Did you know that? When the first Toy Story movie came out, they thought it was going to fail.
Yeah.
And they didn't plan on any toys for a toy movie.
Yeah. I remember that, actually.
And I was really bummed out because I wanted all the toys.
Did you also know that Joss Whedon co-wrote that?
Who's Josh Whedon?
Joss.
Who was that?
Whedon. He is like the producer of Buffy the Vampire. He produces like a ton of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with a gym like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, why wouldn't... So he produced what movie? Toy Story what?
The first Toy Story, he co-wrote it or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that. Yeah, I read that yesterday.
So, but now like they're coming out with all these... I mean, Pez movie? Really?
No.
And, what next? A Cabbage Patch movie or something?
No.
Well, they have like My Little Pony, like the Bronies.
No.
There's going to be a My Little Pony movie.
There probably already is.
Yeah. Well, all I care about is the Muppet movies coming out. Those are toys in a certain way. Like when we were at the Disney store at the mall.
Yes.
I wanted a Kermit.
You would want a Kermit.
I think it's cool.
You're a Kermit.
I love Jim Henson. I think he's a genius. So I wanted just a Kermit. There's a few things from my childhood that I still enjoy, like the Muppets.
You know what I still enjoy?
What?
90s commercials.
Oh yeah, you're obsessed.
I'm literally obsessed.
So if there was a movie from the 90s of a toy that you grew up with, what would you want it to be? I mean, Rubik's Cube, the movie? I mean, that's the 80s, though.
No. What did I grow up with? Like,
nothing.
Barbies, Beanie Babies. Oh, I would want, like, a Wishbone movie. But he died.
But is that a toy, though?
No, but it was a show.
Yeah, but, like, the Smurfs were a toy, and they were a cartoon.
I don't know.
Like, what did you grow up with?
Sailor Moon, probably.
Okay, and that's, like, that's, like, the anime cartoon?
Yeah.
I had a friend that, like, used to dress up like that.
Yeah, lots of people do.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like a thing?
Yeah.
Weird. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything from my childhood. Like, if there was a Mr. Rogers, like, documentary movie, or like a movie, like, where somebody played him or something, I think that would be or like a Jim Henson behind the scenes of how he came to be. That would be cool to me.
Yeah.
But I can't think of, like, any toy movie.
If they could, like, bring something back from the 90s, probably, like, Goosebumps or, like, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
What about a Saved by the Bell reunion?
I don't really like reunions.
They're always awful.
Yeah, usually. I heard they were doing, like, a Boy Meets World, spin-off.
What I hate is, like, when they do the reunions, but then they just sit around in chairs and, like, think about the past, and they play old clips of the show.
And they, like, review it. Like, nobody cares.
Those are weak.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really great. Well, like, occasionally you'll get, like, a little snippet of, like, something that's interesting from behind the scenes. But most of it's just, like, you really couldn't come up with anything. And then you're like, oh, my God, he looks fat. He's awful. Look how old she looks.
She's had a lot of surgery.
Yeah. It's just disappointing. It's depressing, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no reunions, please, God. I mean, the NSYNC reunion was bad enough, right?
And no more cartoon shows.
Like Smurfs movie?
No.
Oh, God, I can't watch that stuff.
I don't even really like the new Disney stuff anymore. Like Disney Pixar movies. The only ones that I really enjoyed was WALL-E and Up.
Just going to have to shut your mic off now.
MePlusCake. Marconi 1.
Plans are gathering for the work of a new day.
Radio for the people.
Valentine's Day is coming on Friday.
Valentine's Day.
We're going out on Saturday.
Yes.
But you're getting stuff for Valentine's Day, yeah.
I didn't get you a present yet.
What kind of girlfriend are you?
I just Don't know. I was going to wait until after the 15th to get you a present.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh. Great.
That's really rude.
Awesome. No, I like Valentine's Day because, you know, like, I don't think that it should just be one day out of the, you know, like the romantic whatever. I like to do romantic things with you.
Yes.
And it gets fun.
Mm-hmm. We go on dates.
Yeah, like I like when we go to the place we get to the crepes.
Crepes.
Have little like brunches together. Do stuff like that. But,
dinner, snacks.
Yeah, we go out and have
Let's
coffee.
go get smoothies tomorrow together.
All right.
Okay.
You mean today? Later today?
Whatever day. I don't really care.
You can never get it right.
That's so mean.
It's not. We record this show at a certain time, and then it's always the day of the show. But
well, technically it is today. I just don't ever say it like that.
Yeah, well, you got to start thinking like that.
I think about it like I go to sleep, and then it's the next day.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But for Valentine's Day, so we're going out Saturday night for our Valentine's dinner. But like Friday night, we should do like something at home, right?
Something.
I thought somebody was knocking.
You know
at
what
the
we
door.
should do?
What?
Can we do cheese fondue and French bread?
Yeah. That sounds good.
That's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do we have like a...
By the way, if you're around Sierra Cake, she weighs like less than 100... You weigh less than 100 pounds now, you told me.
Yeah, I weighed myself yesterday. I'm 99 now.
Okay. She doesn't eat like a 99-pound person.
No, I eat.
And... it's not good for me because I have to like go on the treadmill for 2 hours or something.
I'm sorry.
It's like, hey, can we go get some? How about some donuts tonight? Hey, we should do this. And then I'm like, yeah. And
yeah, but one day when my metabolism slows down, you'll be all svelte, and I'll be like, ooh.
Yeah, because you don't go to the gym.
No, I hate going to the gym.
You should just train yourself to go to.
I will start. I just don't want to right now.
You'll just do it after.
My health is not up to par right now. So.
Will you do it just like when you are 300 pounds? Is that what your goal is?
No, like I don't want to get that way.
Right.
So
I know. Well, the thing is, you know, it's weird about like weight and stuff. Like if I could turn back the clock and go, oh, before I had a situation where I needed to lose weight, if I would have just toned up a little, it would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
Than, you know, having to take it out. But that has nothing to do with Valentine's Day.
What are we even talking about right now?
I don't know. Should we start over?
No.
We're just rambling on. This is what happens when you take a week off.
Yeah.
It helps us start the day with warmth and vigor.
MePlusCake. Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
A kid steals his dad's cell phone, gets in trouble for it, and then his parents do that thing that seems to be like a popular trend with parents nowadays. Like, they think they're going to teach their kid a lesson by putting them on the street with a sign that says they did something dumb. And this is the thing, too, is this kid's parents, like, you look at this sign.
Yes.
It's like, it looks like a Bible verse or something. Like, it's like 20 pages long.
What does it say?
I don't know. I didn't look into that.
Oh.
But it's like if you look at the video, you just see him standing there with like a 2-page,
like nobody's gonna stand there.
4-paragraph thing.
Nobody cares.
Isn't there like a rule in marketing, like you only use like 9 words or something like that or less?
Something.
It should just say like a statement and that's it. Like not a whole, you know, like it should be, I stole my dad's cell phone. Now I'm holding this sign as my punishment, or just
because I'm an asshole.
Well, because what he said is that he did it because he thought it was cool. And so they're like, well, maybe if we make you show that it's not cool, and then you get a reaction from people that don't think it's cool.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, who's going to come up, oh, yeah, you're right. You know, that wasn't a cool idea.
That's so uncool. Like, that's really uncool of you, son.
Parents keep trying to teach their kids things, and they come up with
My dad would have been like, I'll beat you to a pulp.
No.
I'm just kidding.
You were grounded once.
I was grounded twice in my whole life.
I would always get grounded.
I was so perfect. I
was sent to my room, and I wasn't allowed to listen to radio.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't play with one of my prized possessions. I had a recorder. I could record, you know, my voice and play around and stuff. I was always doing my own little radio plays and stuff. I would get that taken away. my radio privileges, and I couldn't watch any TV. That was the worst for me.
I was grounded twice for lying about my homework. And I had to just sit in my room for the night, and I just read a book.
I was grounded once from drum lessons at school because I forgot to take the trash out.
Yeah.
I thought that was the weirdest punishment in the world. Like, you're punishing me, and I'm getting a bad grade now because I couldn't go to my drum lesson.
Well.
And my teacher was like, what?
I'm grounded, so I can't come to school.
I'm grounded but because I enjoyed it. I know the premise behind the punishment was that I enjoyed something.
That's so weird, though.
But yeah, I was
like when I got grounded, I didn't really have anything that could be taken away except like watching TV, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have a phone, I didn't have an iPod or anything.
Well, yeah, like I was a kid who I had friends and I liked to go out and do stuff, but I was always like watching my sisters.
Yeah.
So my punishment wouldn't be like a social one. It would always be like take away like things that I could do while I was at home.
Mm-hmm. So
literally, all I would do is sit in my room and shoot baskets with a Nerf hoop, like one of those Nerf hoops.
Yeah,
that would be my only. And I'd play cards. And that was it. Check, like board games and stuff.
How lonely of you.
Lonely, I'm so lonely. What?
You have nobody.
That's now like when somebody says, "Hey, you want to play checkers or play Nerf hoop?" I'm like, "No,
no."
Me plus cake. Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
It is a pleasant spur to the morning's work.
I first read the headline of this story, and it says couple's financial argument ends with SWAT team.
SWAT team.
At their house. But what was weird is then I looked at the picture, and it's like an old couple, like an elderly couple.
Oh, dear.
So they're like, maybe talking about their retirement plan or something, and then they just it escalated into something bigger. And then
turned sour.
The SWAT team was called in?
That's a little bit much, right?
Yeah, I don't even understand. Mr. Nip called his wife's brother to let him know that she wasn't letting him leave. Like, she took him hostage or wouldn't let him leave the house or something.
His name is Mr. Nip.
Yeah. I would just change it to Nipple if it was Nip.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would never marry you if your last name was Nip.
You wouldn't be Sierra Nipple?
I would not. What the hell? Gross.
Bring in the SWAT team. Sierra Nipple is holding her husband hostage. Mrs. Nipple, are you okay?
Stop it right now. This is a family podcast.
You should have heard him this morning.
Me plus cake. Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
CVS Pharmacy is going to stop selling tobacco products in October.
See you later, tobacco.
I mean, we don't smoke or use tobacco products of any kind, but CVS is one of those places that people kind of count on as their go-to place or whatever.
Right.
24-hour place to go get cigarettes if they can't get
some cigs.
Yeah, I guess it's $2 billion that they're willing to give up because they want to be more of a health store, like provide pharmaceuticals and things like that.
They're going to be like shut down in the next 2 years.
They'll be done.
They'll be gone.
All that $2 billion is just going to go into Walgreens, which is down the street.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? Like, because if you notice, a CVS pharmacy is always like right across the street from a Walgreens. And if one isn't selling the tobacco products and the other one is, who's going to win?
There's a lot of people that smoke here, though. It's a lot more than where I'm from.
It's sad though because
and
we know so much more about smoking, and yet it doesn't stop people from smoking.
Yeah, I remember when I first got here, it was just everywhere. There was people in their cars,
we were in an outdoor the what do you call it? The outlet mall.
Yes,
and it has
everywhere
all the outside stores and stuff, and people puffing away and nasty. But that said, they must be doing pretty well if they can afford to lose $2 billion a year.
Yeah, good for them.
I guess. I mean, you're telling me this in Canada?
Yes.
They can't even display cigarettes?
No, they do, but they're hidden behind a big black,
wall?
Yeah.
Like a mystery?
Yeah, so they're not in plain sight. Out of sight, out of mind.
Really? Does it work?
I guess, yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it.
I mean, do they do a test? Like, okay, if we put them behind a curtain.
I don't know. I didn't ask.
That's weird, though.
They put that into
does that say something that people are that dumb, though? Like, oh, we don't know the cigarettes are back there.
No,
so.
you know that they're there because they're still behind the counter, but that's just like
if you put brownies behind...
It's like advertising to kids in like these stores.
But if you put brownies behind a curtain and we knew they were behind the curtain...
Then a diabetic child would be like, oh, I can't see that, so I'm not going to...
Yeah, thank God we saved the diabetic
Yes,
child.
you did.
That next morning,
MePlusCake.
I never felt worse.
Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
Some people, we do all kinds of stuff on the internet, and we have YouTube's coming, and we have an announcement on Friday. There's all kinds of stuff we're going to be
My God, there's so much to talk
getting
about.
into. One of the things I do to supplement my lifestyle, the lifestyle that I've grown accustomed to, basically paying for a Sierra. What?
As if.
Is voiceover. I do internet voiceovers, and my voice can be heard on airplanes, in taxi cabs, on
Airplanes?
street corners.
I didn't know it was hearable in airplanes.
Everywhere, I've told you.
Wow.
On TV and radio, nationally and locally, in different places.
Wowie
And
zowie.
that's what I do, though. And it's kind of cool. It's a fun job. And I think the more I do it, the more and more it's become like almost going to be my full-time job soon.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Are you excited?
I don't know, because like sometimes I just want to not talk. Like, you know, like when we're hanging out and stuff, I want to be quiet, but I don't know how.
No, you've never stopped talking. You literally never stop talking.
Yeah, because that's what you do when you're a person that entertains
That
people
talks a lot.
for a living. I have diarrhea of the mouth. And
Like
so,
severe.
well, it is weird, too, because when you think about, like, I'm more, in that regard, the girl in the relationship, because Sierra will be like, I'm on hot look right now, leave me alone. Yeah, I really want to hear what you're talking about.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or you'll be texting or looking at
Yeah,
the
but
internet.
I can like multitask though.
You say that, but it doesn't feel that way.
Well,
When you're on the internet or something and I'm trying to tell you something about my day or something I experienced.
please, you're so dramatic. I'm not
you're
that
distracted or whatever, and it feels like,
That's
she's just
so
not interested.
mean.
But that
How
doesn't
dare
stop me
you.
from talking about it.
bad. No, you just don't ever stop.
That's rude. So rude. Anyway, my voiceovers can be heard on a website called Fiverr.com. And this is weird. 'Cause, the reason I'm bringing this up, because I do voiceovers for everything. There's a guy that's like starting a radio station called Fart FM.
Ew, don't.
And I'm the voice of that.
Great. That's
And then,
something to
on the other
really-
hand, then I'm doing like this elaborate, very artistic commercial for these Arabian horses that this guy raises from little babies.
My God.
And it's in a different country, and like it's weird. Like I can do Fart FM in one read, and then the next I'm doing the beautiful Arabian stallions. You know, like it's a weird thing, voiceover.
Yep.
So if you're interested and you need somebody to voice something, click on my websites and find out where I'm at Fiverr.com/Marconi Baloney.
Bologna.
Marconi plus Sierra is MePlusCake. Only on Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
This is kind of strange. There's a store, a convenience store in Aberdeen, North Carolina,
Okay.
that doesn't allow hoodies, helmets, or backpacks in the store.
Okay.
So I guess I'm guessing too, like hoodies, like if you have a hoodie and you put the
Well,
hood
I
up.
once knew this individual. We don't talk anymore, but he told me, this was like in middle school, that he would tuck his t-shirt or his shirt into his pants and then wear his coat, and then he would put stuff into his shirt so it would all like sit on his belly when
So he would steal.
Yeah.
So you used to hang out with that?
No,
kind of
I
crowd.
didn't. He lived in Alberta.
Well,
He was in love with my cousin, actually.
so this store won't allow people to wear hoodies, I'm guessing, because people put the hoodie over their head and they cover it up, and then they wear a helmet when they come in, and then their cameras can't pick up people that shoplift.
Right.
And backpacks, of course, would be, obviously, people put stuff in the backpack and then take off.
Yeah. So it's like basically to prevent.
Yeah, but how do you get that. Like, if you're walking around, say you're like on your way home from school, or you're just walking by the convenience store and you're like, oh, I want to get a water.
Yeah.
Where do you take your backpack off and just leave it outside? Like,
well, they tell you to leave it at the front, so you just like put it by the counter.
But then the thing is how do they know that like the person behind the counter is trustworthy? Like, what if I have something in there that person steals, and then how do I prove that?
Because they have
that's
cameras.
going to happen.
No,
there's going to be crimes of the people behind the counter.
There's not. You need to have a little thing.
There are store clerks that are stealing from their company.
No.
And what would stop them from stealing from a customer's backpack?
Because the customer could be like, you stole that. The guy would be like, no. And
then how do you prove it? You don't.
Cameras. They have cameras in these stores.
You're screwed.
Oh, my God.
But the thing is, the clerk knows where to go where the cameras aren't.
No, because they can't. Because then they can be charged.
They just take it into the bathroom. Unless you're in Soviet Russia.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so whatever, you just strip down naked and walk through the store, I guess.
Yep.
That's the next thing. Nope, sorry, you can't even wear a shirt. Just go in naked.
You should be buck-ass naked. Then you would have to, like, get this machine. I won't even go there.
I don't want... I know where you're going. That's prison talk. No, don't. Keistering is not family show material.
Marconi Bologna plus Sierra Cake. MePlusCake. Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, while we were gone, passed away.
He died.
Heroin overdose, of course.
Yep.
And this is what I think is weird. They go after the drug dealer. I mean, they don't...
They do?
Yeah, that's what they did. They went after his drug dealer.
Oh, my.
To find out if he was selling deadly heroin. And that could be a possibility of why he died. But, it's not like a secret. The story is out there that he had like 70 packets of heroin in his apartment.
Yeah.
And he did 20.
Wow.
And so he passed away... And they found him with a needle in his arm and all this kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But then instead of like saying, it's a drug overdose, what are you going to do? It's sad. It's horrible. Then they start like, let's go look for the drug dealer.
Yeah, why?
They never do that with anyone except for if it's a celebrity.
It's like messed up with that because the drug dealer is there to do one job. He's not injecting his arm with heroin.
Right.
It's not his fault.
I mean, he just provides it. The thing that's weird, I always think is weird, like with heroin and drugs like that.
Yeah.
Is that it's such a dangerous thing. Like it could be laced with something, and how do you know?
They usually are. That's
how
not they
regulated.
Get you. Yeah, that's how they get you.
Remember in Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
When Jesse and his girlfriend got into it, and then
she died.
Yeah, because you will vomit in your sleep and choke on your vomit or something.
Yes.
It's such a nasty thing, and most of the time, people in their 20s are into it.
That literally would be like the worst way to die, choking on your own puke.
I know.
From a drug overdose.
But most of the time, people in their 20s are heroin addicts, but not 46 years old. That's usually not the typical age.
Yeah.
And he can afford whatever he wanted because he's in a lot of movies, he's famous, and he's got money.
Yeah.
So usually, like, the heroin addict has a few days to, like, be down and like figure out what they're going to do for their next high. He had 70 packets of heroin.
Oh my God. I wonder how much money that was.
I don't know, but...
Rest in peace, fella.
Yeah, and all he wanted to do was like keep his high going.
That's really gross.
Yeah. I don't know. And he was in rehab and stuff like that, and I guess Dan Patrick is a sports radio host. His producer saw him on the street with his wife, and they're like, oh my gosh, because I guess literally Philip Seymour Hoffman is one of his favorite people, and he saw him and said, oh, he looks really awful, and he like kind of like just stood there and like kind of sort of high-fived him in a weird way, like when they passed in the street in New York.
That's weird.
And and I guess, and then to go up there, and this guy like is such a great actor. I mean, he's in every movie. Like Almost Famous. He was Lester Bangs.
Bangs.
He was what's that movie? Gosh, Truman Capote. Ugh. That was a great movie.
We just saw him in
Yeah, what movie?
Catching Fire.
Yeah, in the Hunger Games movie.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess they're going to digitally redo him somehow in the next one.
Creepy.
Which is always creepy, but that's how I like my Philip Hoffman Seymour, whatever. Somebody said Serena Williams, when she was asked like who she thought was, should win like an Emmy or an Oscar or something like that.
Right.
She said his name wrong. She said Philip Seaman Hoffmore.
Seaman. No.
So now my dyslexia kicks in. Every time I say his name, I think Seaman Hoffmore.
Well, I guess you could.
Rest in peace.
They met on the internet, and now they're on Marconi 1. It's MePlusCake. Radio for the people.
A prison escapee captured after 37 years.
Holy smokes.
Could you, like, if you did something that you deserve to be in prison for, and you got away 37 years, don't you feel like if there were no, like, known things that you were doing wrong legally, don't you think after 37 years, like, maybe you learned your lesson and you kept on the down low and you've escaped for 37 years, couldn't they just let you go?
No, they couldn't.
I mean, unless it was murder or something like that. But this woman, like, was stealing.
Right.
In the article, by the way, it says larceny, and both of us were like, what's larceny? Wow. Apparently, larceny is a crime involving the unlawful taking of personal property of another person.
That is like the weakest crime ever. I would escape and hide out for 33 years.
So for 37 years, then, she got away with it. Do you think she should have to go back to prison?
No, I don't.
How long could have her prison sentence couldn't have been lifetime because she was caught in 1976. So 37 years later. Oh my gosh.
How did she escape?
I don't know. Let's see. She was arrested at her home on April 2008, 32 years after she climbed a barbed wire fence perimeter at the prison and absconded with her help from her grandfather.
Oh, my.
Her grandfather helped her get... I'm sure he's gone now.
That's, like, kind of badass, though.
Yeah.
That sounds so exciting.
But, I mean, if you did something and your grandfather's like, you know what? I can't let my baby granddaughter stay in prison.
My grandfather would not do that for me. He'd be like, you were bad, so you get to...
He wouldn't?
No.
Yeah, you're probably... I can't think of anybody, like, would help me break out.
On the crime, but my dad probably would.
Oh, really? Oh,
probably.
So now we know. You just said on public record. Stop. I hope you never go to prison, but
stop it.
You just put it out there that your dad's willing to do illegal activity for you.
Yeah, to save me.
Okay, so if you were in prison for murder, would your dad try to break you out?
No.
Right.
It would have to be like something stupid.
Yeah, like you forgot to pay your bill and they put you in jail.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Your cable bill.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're going to prison.
Marconi Bologna, Sierra Cake. MePlusCake, Marconi 1. Radio for the people.
Well, thank you for joining us for another edition of the MePlusCake podcast. Like we said, a big announcement on Thursday. We want you guys to be in on it before anyone else because you're our friends. And, so keep listening. And thank you. Your comments and all that kind of stuff are always great. At anything on the internet, it's just MePlusCake. We'll be back next time. Thank you for listening.
That was quite a show. Very entertaining. But it's over now.